everyone, it's Jess, just here to do a video for patients that have balance deficits, patients who are have neurological issues, or patients that have any type of endurance issue where you can sit during the exercise. I'm going to show a bunch of different modifications, about 3 for every exercise, and we'll do a few circuits of exercises and just go right through. It'll be about 15 minutes long, so you know what to look forward to. You can pause the tape at any time. You can go backwards just to see if there's any issues, if you want to look at something again, and then you'll be able to, it's not live, so you'll be able to catch right up. So first we're going to start with a warm-up. We're going to start with marches. You can do it sitting, just like I'm doing. If that's too easy, you can go ahead and stand. Make sure you're getting your knees up nice and high. It's not just a little step, it's up and high in a march. You can also hold on to the side here and do your marches here. I'm going to do these for about 20 seconds. Good. We're going to go into a side step now. So you're just going to step back and forth. If this is too much, you can sit here, step together, step together. We'll do this in our first circuit. If that's also too easy, or if that's too easy and the other's too hard, stand behind your chair, hold on to the back of the chair, and you can step side to side here. Good. We're going to go into a hamstring stretch first. I'll show seated first, and then I'll go into standing. So you're going to bring your left leg forward. Your right leg kind of sneaks under the chair a little bit. You're not against the back. You're up forward a little bit, and you're going to bring your toe up and lean forward. You should feel a pull up through here. So you're going to lean and hold. In the standing position, foot forward, lean and hold. Good. We're going to switch to the other side. So right leg forward, your hips hinge backwards here, and you're going to feel a pull. You can feel all the way in the calf. One leg might be worse than the other. If that's too much, don't get up. Just stay in your seated position, foot up towards you. Same thing. You're just going to push and hold forward. Good. Next, we're going to do a shoulder stretch. You're going to bring your arms across your body. You're going to hold right above the elbow towards the shoulder and just bring it in towards your chest. Seated or standing for this is good. It doesn't matter which. Good. And we're going to switch. Go to the other arm. So you'll be going with your left. Bring the left across. Right holds above the elbow. You should feel it right along here. Good. Next, you're going to bring your hands in front, bring your finger, interlace your fingers, flip your palms towards me, push forward. You can do this seated as well. You're going to open up in between your shoulder blades. So bring your arms forward. We're going to hold. Good. We're going to switch. We're going to open up nice and wide. Try to bring your fingertips behind you. You might not be able to get that far. It might be here. You can go up a little higher. You just want to feel a pull along here in the inside parts of your arms. Good. And now we're going to do a hip flexor stretch. I'm going to show standing first. I'll do sideways. You're going to bring your leg forward. It'll be your right leg forward. You're going to go down into a lunge position. Just shift your hips forward. You're going to feel a pull right through here. If that's too much, you can do it in the chair. If your chair doesn't have arms, your right leg stays in front, left leg comes behind. You're going to hold on here and just try to bring your leg behind you a little bit. The higher you sit up, the more pull you'll feel. If you have arms on your chairs, you can come to the front, hold on to the back, twist, and try to push your hip back this way. Good. We're going to switch to the other side. So now you're going to be stretching the left or the right one. So you're going to come over to the other side, leg comes behind you, shift forward, lean back a little. Keep holding. If that's too much, come in front here, shift forward. Otherwise, if you're in the standing position, you're just switching, bringing the right or the left leg forward and pushing forward. It's that same thing, except for it's the opposite leg, and you want to feel the pull right through here. So we will hold this. Good, now step together, shake it out a little bit, and we'll get started with the exercises. I brought down soup cans. It's something easy that most people have at home that they can use for their weights. I have 10-ounce ones. You can do whatever size feels good. If you have weights, stick to low weights. This is the first online exercise we've done through PT for this. So do whatever's comfortable for you. If you have weights, for this next exercise, I only want you to go to a 90-degree from the shoulder. If you don't have weights, I want you to bring your arms up as high as you can. You can do it standing or seated. I'm going to switch between the two so everyone can see what it'll look like. All right, so we're going to do each exercise for about 30 seconds. Each circuit, there is something for your arms, your legs, your core, and your balance. So the first one, we'll start with shoulder flexion exercises. So you're just going to bring your arms up and back down. Make sure you keep your core tight. If you're sitting, you want to stay in front of the chair. You don't want to lean back against it. So there's space between, this is the back. There's space between this so I can hold my core and do my exercises. So we're just going up and down. If you're standing, it's just up, down. If you have no weight, it's up as high as you can go and back down. Get those shoulders moving, get the synovial fluid moving in between those joints so they move a little bit better. Good. We're going to switch to side steps. So same thing with all the exercises. You're not leaning against the back. For my standing people, side to side like we did in the warm-up. Go ahead and get started with that. For my people who are sitting, it's step together, for about 30 seconds here. Good, I'm going to stand. Good. We're going to go to a mountain climber. I'm going to show you the two variations before we start the exercise. There's actually three. If you're standing, it's opposite arm and opposite leg. Like you're reaching and climbing, reaching, pulling and stepping. So this is the action you're going to do. If you're doing it and you need something to hold on, the foot towards the step is going to be going up and down. And then you'll switch to the other side. And if you're sitting, you're going to sit, arm pulls, leg up, and then you'll switch. So it takes a little bit of coordination here as well. So we're going to go ahead and get started with that one. I'll do standing first. I'll let the people who are holding onto their chair know when to switch. All right, go ahead and switch to the other side if you're switching sides, holding on to the chair. Good. All right. Next, we're going to do our balancing. Show you the three different ways before we get started. Feet together for people who don't want anything to hold on to. Feet together, arms across here. If this is too much, you can always go out to this position or down by your side if you get a little wobbly. If you're holding on, you're going to do feet together. Try to lift one arm up, and you can leave the other away, but it's something to grab too. If you start to lose your balance, you're going to step apart. So if I were to lose my balance, I stop to catch myself. That stepping reaction is something very big that we work on in PT. So if you're seated, you're going to bring your feet together as close as you can get them. I want you to bring your arms across, and you're just going to shift side to side. This is going to work on your balance in a seated position, works on core strength, postural sway, things along those lines. All right, let's get started with that one. So feet together, arms across. We're going to try to hold this. If this is so easy for you that this isn't much of a workout at all, just this one, go ahead and close your eyes. That's gonna definitely take away your visual piece, which a lot of us depend on to hold ourselves up, to see where we are in space. Make sure you're next to something if you decide to do the eyes closed piece. All right, we're gonna move on to the next circuit. So that was arms, legs, core, and balance. Next, we're gonna go to, I'm gonna start seated. Arm positioning is the same for each of these. I'll stand up so that it's seated or standing for these two. So what we're gonna do is we start out to the sides, arms are out to the sides, and it looks like you're pulling up 2 capes, up and down. Good. Working on the shoulder. It's not just a forward motion, it's a bunch of different motions in one. You can stand when you're doing it. You can do a mix in between, sit and stand if the legs get tired. If at any time you get out of breath or need to take a break, you can take a break. You can pause the video like I said before. Beautiful. Next, we are going to move on to the leg piece. I'll show standing first. If you need something to hold on to the chair. Your right leg's going to go forward, or your left leg's going to go forward. You're going to go up and down. From the side view, it looks like this. Just make sure you're not leaning so far over your toes, you'll hurt your knees. So just an up and down pulsing motion. We're going to do both sides. I'll tell you when to switch. The people who are using the chair, when we switch, you'll just switch to the other side. Bring the right leg forward, up and down. If you're in the chair, you're going to bring left leg forward, right leg goes behind. You're just going to lean forward into that leg and back up. Lean in, back up. Good, and then when we switch, you'll just switch to the right leg forward, lean in, and back up. All right, let's get started with that one. If you've been doing it, good job. You'll feel it in your quads, your glutes, all those places. Good, we're gonna switch to the other leg. So you're gonna bring right leg forward, switch to the right side of the chair, bring the right leg forward if you're seated, and we'll go up and down there. Even if you just do a little up and down, I'm happy with that. It engages those muscles. Good. We're going to work on our core for this circuit now. Grab your weights. You don't need anything if you don't have anything. You're going to stand up nice and tall. You're going to lean down to the left side, and then you're going to use your right side to pull yourself straight back up. If you're seated, if you have arms over the sides of the arms, you're going to do that. If it's no arms on the chair, just like if you were standing. Make sure you don't hunch forward at all. Keep that back up nice and tall. Good. Then we're going to go to the other direction. Seated or standing. Good. We're going to set those down and we're going to move on to our balance piece here. So this time, one foot in front of the other. Doesn't matter which you choose because we're going to switch, whatever one you're more comfortable to start with. Arms across, arms here, arms down by your side if you're not holding on to anything. If you're holding on to something, you don't have to switch sides of the chair. It's going to be one foot in front, one behind. I want you to try to let go if you can, but you can grab. If you start to fall, you just fall off into that foot to catch yourself. So we'll do both sides. If you're sitting, you're going to bring one foot in front of the other. Well, I'll tell you when to switch, but you're going to hold on to the sides of the chair now, and you're going to go back and forth. Good. So let's go ahead and hold this position. All right, good. We're gonna switch feet now. The other foot goes in front. We're gonna try to hold. If you lose your balance, just set right back up in that spot. You get as many tries throughout the time period that we're doing this. Beautiful. All right, so that was that. One more set of exercises, and then we're gonna finish up with sit to stands, and then I'll take you through a quick little stretch at the end, and then enjoy the rest of your day. So next, we are gonna do the opposite of the cape. You can do this in standing. If you're sitting, stay seated, whatever is more comfortable for you. So this time we're going opposite. I'll stand. We're gonna go opposite pocket up into a Y position. So it's the opposite of our cape. We're now pulling out a sword. It's the best way to show that we're doing the YMCA. Seated or standing, we're gonna keep going with this. Good. I want everyone to sit for the, or that's not true. If you're sitting, stay seated. Put your hands, if you have no weights, no soup cans, put your hands together. If you're standing, just brace your core, bring your belly button in towards your stomach and brace like something's gonna hit your stomach. Make sure there's no or slouching forward, you're up nice and tall. We're gonna do nice, gentle, easy twists side to side. They're very small motions. We don't wanna crank into anything uncomfortable. Just wanna get a little bit of motion in the spine that's controlled. So you want to definitely control that motion. You can do it standing, like I said. Good. Next are side lunges for my standing people. Just to the side. I'll tell you when to switch to the other side. If you need the chair, you're gonna step and lean, holding onto the chair. You can actually go right in the middle of the chair, and then when we switch, you can switch right away. You don't have to go around the chair. And for my seated people, you're gonna step, lean in, come together. Step, lean, together, and then you'll go the opposite way. So let's do those. Good, and we're gonna switch and go the opposite way. Good. Now we're gonna go to single leg balance. There's multiple variations of this. For my people standing, you're just gonna try to balance. Don't hook. You can hook and help with your other leg. You want that leg to be free floating. We're gonna do both sides. If you wanna hold on, but try to pick up here and there to get a little bit of that single leg balance. If that's too much, you need to hold on and put your toe down. That's okay as well. When we switch legs, you just switch to the opposite side of the chair. My people sitting, you're gonna sit forward in your chair, lift one leg up. You're gonna hold that leg up and try not to hold on with any hands. It's harder than you think. That hip flexor is gonna get tired. The stronger that hip flexor is in the whole leg, the better your balance is gonna be. So we'll do it on both sides. So let's start there. Good, and we're gonna switch. If this is easy, you can add a swing in your leg. Don't do that if you're at all getting in and out. I'm gonna hold that. If you start to fall, step your foot apart. All right, so that's the last of the exercises. One last thing, we're gonna do sit to stands. We're gonna do them for 10 seconds. You're gonna put it against something, so you can pause the video, get a chair, put it against something, but make sure there's something stable behind you, because when you extend your knees all the way, that chair will wanna move. So, if you need to pause it, pause it. If not, we'll go ahead and get started for 10 seconds here. many you do. We'll add seconds on the end each week. Good. All right. So now all I want you to do is take one hand over, and you're gonna lean, feeling stretch the whole way this way. Back up, stretch and lean the other way. Back up, arms up and over, nice deep breath in, and then breathe it out. And then don't get right up from this, you could be dizzy. Make sure you are reoriented before you stand back up. If you feel off, make sure that you have somebody with you if you're gonna stand up, anything along those lines. All right, I'll see you next week.